The long-awaited skill assessment for care workers and nurses who wants to migrate to Australia from overseas has finally begun. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. To all my new and returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate you all, and welcome back. Few months ago, the Australian government announced that they are witnessing high shortage of staff in the care sector, and they decided to open a new pathway under the aged care industry through which overseas care workers and nurses can move to Australia and work under visa 482. But then there is one of the requirements which you need to meet before you can apply for these jobs as an overseas applicant, which is what they call skill assessment. So you might be wondering, what is skill assessment? So skill assessment is basically a process through which you validate the qualification you have as a care worker or as a nurse from overseas. You have to validate it so that they will make sure that it's equivalent with Australian qualifications. Okay, so if you obtained your qualification from overseas, you don't need to panic. Of course, once you go through this skill assessment and you have a positive skill assessment, then you are good to go. You can use that your qualification to make application or apply for these jobs that can sponsor you from overseas, and boom, if you are lucky enough to secure one, you will land yourself your dream job in Australia. So basically, this is what we are going to be discussing in today's video. I'm going to put you through and share my screen with you so that we can go through and see the documents you need for you to make your skill assessment and where you can commence your skill assessment. Okay, so remember, on this channel I will still be dropping links through which you can use to apply for this job if finally you have a positive skill assessment. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel at this point, I will encourage you to smash the subscribe button and be a member of this amazing family. Guys, don't forget to like this video to show your support, and then of course leave a sweet comment for your girl in the comment section. So without delay, let me quickly share my screen with you. The Australian government, in connection with the new aged care labour agreement, has selected AMAC, which is Australian Nursing and Midwifery Accreditation Council, as the skills assessing authority for 2 direct care occupations. So this is the body that will be doing this skill assessment, the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Accreditation Council. But then the 2 occupations under the direct care who will be assessing their qualification are, firstly, personal care assistants, and this is the code, and secondly, nursing support workers, and this is the code. So if you're a personal care assistant, which is equivalent as healthcare assistant, then you can make your assessment via this authority. And secondly, if you are also a support worker, which is still the same thing as nursing support worker, you can also commence your skill assessment with this authority. Okay, so the aged care providers who have entered into an industry labour agreement will be able to recruit overseas workers where qualified Australians are not available. So we are scrolling down, and AMAC will start accepting applications for the direct care occupations on Wednesday, 14th of June 2023, and eligible applicants are those with a Certificate 3 minimum AQF in a relevant field obtained overseas. So you can see, if you obtained any qualification as a carer and is equivalent with Certificate 3 minimum, then you can actually commence your skill assessment. So you don't necessarily need to have AQF. So if there are any qualification like MVQ for those applying to UK jobs and is a level 3 course, of course you can use it to validate your qualification. Okay, so guys, this is also a good news. But then there is also second criteria, is either you have this certificate or you have 12 months full-time paid work in a relevant field undertaken either in Australia or overseas. So it's either you have your Certificate 3 minimum or its equivalent from overseas, or you have 12 months, that is 1 year paid work experience from your home country. So once you have 1 year work experience, guys, you are eligible to make your skill assessments. even without having certificate 3 in AQF or its equivalent. Okay, so these guys are really flexible in their decision. So but they say this does not include disability support or childcare. So if you are a disability carer or a disability support or under child care, you will not make your skill assessments under this assessing body. So those making this assessment are only personal care assistant, which is healthcare assistants, and nursing support workers. Okay, so guys, there's also good news for nurses, which we are going to still read out. So I'm going to quickly click on direct care skills assessment so that it will take us to another page. Okay, so do you qualify for a migration skill assessment? So AMAC will assess application for nursing support officer and personal care assistant occupations only. So if you are a disability carer or child care, you cannot make your skill assessment for this particular direct care occupation. So coming down, they stated that the cost of this assessment is 545 Australian dollars. Okay, so this is the cost for this assessment, which is quite expensive. Okay, so you need to really give it a thought before you commence making any payment. You must make sure that all your documents are good to go, so that once you make your skill assessment, you will in return get a positive skill assessment. But guys, I also want to say something, that getting a positive skill assessment does not mean that you are automatically getting these jobs. Skill assessment is just the first step towards you getting the job. Is this positive skill assessment which you have gotten is one of the things you need to submit in order to convince your employer that you are qualified enough to take up this role while making your application. So skill assessment first, positive skill assessment, then you go ahead and start applying for these job roles. But the interesting part is once you have your skill assessment, you have higher or greater chances of getting these jobs as an overseas applicant. Okay, so guys, so we have read you need to have your certificate 3 minimum equivalent in AQF. So if you have MVQ in level 3 or diploma in healthcare, okay, these are equivalent to certificate 3 AQF, so you can actually use that. Or you have a 1-year work experience, paid work experience, you can also use that. So we are still coming to the documents you need, but coming down, there is a place they wrote asterisk. If you are a nurse overseas and have completed a qualification that has led to professional registration, then you are eligible to apply. You will need to provide evidence of current overseas nursing registration. Other nursing related qualifications will be assessed on a case-by-case basis. Okay, so you can see if you're an overseas nurse, then you are eligible to apply. Once you're an overseas and you are registered with the professional body in your home country, you can actually apply. Okay, so basically there is also the procedure you can use, which will still come to that if you are a nurse. So you do not need a skill assessment if you obtained your qualification in Australia. So I also got a comment in one of my videos, someone on visitor's visa in Australia asking me if they can switch. While on visitor visa in Australia, you can actually go ahead and take up this AQF roles. Okay, since you're already in the country, use that period and take up this course. Then from there, you don't need any skill assessment. You don't need to make any payment to take skill assessment. You just go ahead and use qualification and apply. You might be lucky enough to secure one. Okay, so coming down, steps for a direct care occupation skill assessment. So these are the steps. So there is a link or documents you need to download and go back and read it after this video. So we are still going to come back to it so that we'll see checklists, requirements for scanned documents and resources, and a video to watch on YouTube. So the step 1, if you are using your overseas nursing qualification to apply for the direct care occupation skill assessment, you will need to arrange for professional registration verification to be emailed to. Look at the email you will make your application. So if you are a qualified nurse, what you need to do is contact your professional body where you got your registration in your home country, and they will send a verification email to this particular email, verification@amac.org.australia. They went ahead to state that they will not accept personal emails. Okay, so this is one of the things. Of course, the link will be in the description in case you would love to come back and read it again. So coming down to step 2, collect and scan copies of the following original supporting documents. So below, these are the documents you need to scan. Biostatistical pages of your passport. So of course you need to have international passport. Then secondly, 2 other official identity documents. So something like your driver's license or your NIN or whatever, whichever identification documents you have, you need to provide it. Then you need change of name documents in case you are married, your marriage certificate and others. Then you need an official passport size photograph taken in the last 6 months. You need your photograph. Then if applicable, graduation certificate and transcript just to back up your application. Then if applicable, a professional reference. This is for those using 1 year work experience. So if you claim that you have 1 year work experience as a personal care assistant or nursing support worker, they need you to provide professional reference written by your nursing supervisor or your superior at your workplace. Okay, and of course they stated that this professional reference will come with a letter heading and it shouldn't come with a personal email. The email must be a professional email bearing the name of the organization or the care home. Okay, so guys, the third step is once you are done, you have gotten all your documents and scanned them, the original copies, then you come to the third step. So first of all, you have to provide all these documents they listed, scan everything and get them ready. Then once you are done with that, then the third step is you begin your skill assessment, which is you create an account on the login page of AMAC website. So you can only apply once using the same email address. So if you want to make multiple application, you have to use different emails to make those multiple application. So basically you use your email address and create an account, and once you have created an account, then it will take you to the next step, which is the final step, which is complete the direct care occupation skill assessment application by completing the online form, processing your credit card payment, that you make your payments, then checking you receive an email. So you need to receive an email from them that your application and your payment has been made successfully, then contacting us if this confirmation email is not received within 24 hours. So if you don't receive email, you contact them. Then after that, if you have received email of your successful application and payment, then you commence to uploading those supporting documents you have scanned and put in your system, either your laptop preferable. Okay, so once your payment is confirmed, you go back to your portal and upload your documents. Okay, so basically that's it. So once you click on start your direct skill assessment, of course it's going to open up to the page. You can see that register for an account, you create an account and password, confirm and commence. Okay, so guys, we are going back to this particular page where they showed us some checklist. So guys, you download the document in your phone and you come back and read up everything here, how your professional reference should look like if you are going with work experience. So you definitely need to come back to this page and read it up. So this is the second document you need to look out for, how your documents will look. It should be original, scanned in color, the resolution which you should scan the documents, and the file must be in PDF. So you definitely need to come back and read up this. And also remember, there are also resources for you or YouTube video you can watch and see how you can commence your skill assessment. Okay guys, with that, I've come to the end of today's video. I continue to wish you good luck in your application. Don't forget to like and share. Subscribe to my channel if you are yet to join us. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye bye.